Hey guys, I'm Ren.
Megan!
And today we're gonna play Nameless. Let's get started. Let's see how fast this goes from 0 to horror.
Yeah, because you're scared of dolls.
I am so scared of dolls.
Fucking... I know what's up. Okay.
What?
Okay. So, you get to name the very first doll you've ever owned. So, what do you want to name your doll?
What?
The worst possible person I can think of.
That's because you were just watching that.
Also, reasons. What? Pick a... Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we can only pick these.
What the fuck are those supposed to be?
I think they indicate roots. I'm not sure what they are as a whole. I looked at this game 30 years ago. But I know that the gem, like the clicking on one is like a root or something like that.
Oh, they're supposed to be gems?
I assume they're gems. They look like... Well, we did it. We picked them. The only one we could pick. Oh, tell us your name.
Okay.
Can you handle picking a name for your main character?
I was just gonna go with the default.
Oh, you're just gonna go with the default? Okay, fine. Just be fucking lame. I mean, you can do that. It's actually really totally fine, because names are hard.
Making me feel bad about myself constantly. What, did you want to do fuck ass or something?
I don't know. It depends on how you want to live your life in this game. You know, it might, what I'm thinking is, but by what I'm thinking is, I mean, I literally just had this thought as I said what I'm thinking is, if you name the character something like fuck ass or dick butt, it might help curb the fear. Because you'll be distracted by the fact that her name is Dick Butt. Because we are about to play literally your nightmare.
Yeah.
So maybe, because like there is the kind of the niceness of having it be a real name that's not stupid. Because it like creates a nice flow in the story. But also, you're terrified of dolls and we're about to play a doll dating game. So you might want to go with fuck ass or something. You might want to go with something that will bring you joy. That's my thought on the whole process.
Fuck it. I don't care.
Feels good.
Blinding white...
And we're already dead.
Yep. Blinding white light fills my sight.
Kurama got us.
My arms and legs feel lighter, and soon I feel my body hover. Are we actually dead?
It feels like it.
Probably worst decision of my life.
Oh, I'm into it.
Where am I? Maybe in a dream?
Yeah, fuck ass. You're dreaming.
Uh-huh. I gather the strength to walk forward despite my feet barely touching the ground.
I feel like she's like paddling, like doggy paddling or something, you know?
No matter how far I go, white space continues without end. I open my eyes, but can't see or hear anything. I stop and look around. This place, so...
I literally thought it said simple and clean.
I know, right?
Like, simple and clean is the way that you're making.
But for some reason, I feel sad.
Whereas it's not simple and clean.
This place, surrounded by glimmering light, white as snow. What is breathtakingly beautiful? That was like a sentence that would have come out of your mouth.
I wrote this actually. I liked how she's telling me how beautiful it is when all I can see.
It's just white.
It's just, yeah.
But
It's
such
just
extreme
an empty
beauty
canvas.
can only belong in another world. Gee, I wonder where we are then.
Something blurred. It looks like a guy with a cat tail. And his tiny companion.
I see something blurred far away.
It's a cat man and his toddler friend.
I couldn't see properly because of the glaring light coming at me from all directions.
This music is weird.
It is.
It's like kind of spunky.
All I could make out was a tall person and another slightly shorter. Only slightly.
How blurry is your vision?
You might need glasses. 2 people?
Are you really okay with that?
You're sticking with that voice for the rest of the game.
I don't even know who this is, but okay. Yes! Do you believe? I don't know who's who anymore.
Who are they? What are they talking about?
It's how simple and clean it is. I do not know! Your answer does not match your actions. Alright. That is what suits you right now. This is going into Surfer Bro and I'm feeling it. I'm gonna make one of these dudes a surfer, I can tell.
There's been like 5 iterations so far.
I don't know who's who! I just kind of make sounds. Do as you please, except remember that you are responsible for the consequences of your choice. Do not forget that everything was done solely by your own will. I understand.
Do we?
Now then, take this. That's you.
The tall man hands over something. And the man who took it looked down for a while and slowly turned to my side. His lips seemed to move a little.
How can you tell from here? You literally think one of them is a little bit, like, smaller.
Only slightly shorter.
Like, that's how shit your fucking eyesight is right now.
What? He seems to be talking to me.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Let's go a little closer. I'm not sure that I want to. Suddenly, a fierce wind started to rip through.
Oh, good. This is how you want it to be.
The wind seemed to will me out of this place.
Get the fuck out!
Hold on, not yet.
I don't want to die yet.
Along the wind, a myriad of feathers flew around and blocked my sight.
Sexy. Fucking Vision of Escaflowne in this bitch.
I parted through the wind blowing towards me and made my way to him with all the strength I had.
Oh, this is really Vision of Escaflowne.
The moment I thought I finally reached him,
She fucking fell into fucking hell? Like
fell
feathery
into
hell?
a bottomless pit along with countless feathers.
Feather hell.
Make that sound stop. Make that sound stop.
I was walking by the door of the alarm clock. Make it go. It's gone. Click it, you fucker. There you go. We did it.
Is it learning? Ugh, but I think I was dreaming about something. Just until now.
I keep tracing my memory,
Tracing?
but still fuzzy from sleep. I cannot remember.
That didn't make any sense. How do you trace your memory?
It's like when you're trying to remember your dream and you're going over the little parts that you can grasp.
I just think of her trying to trace her memory on a light box with tracing paper, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
No. This is not art school.
That's what tracing is! You go over the lines.
I don't dream often, so the feeling after having one feels strange.
Please notice that there's all the dolls that
I
you're
know,
gonna...
I saw.
He also has a bunny doll.
most recent dream was... Right, it was then.
When I murdered that man.
It was when Grandpa died, about 3 years ago from now. The day I fell asleep, tired from remembering my grandpa who was no longer by my side. I had a dream about waking up to a peaceful morning with him.
Oh, right, he fucking died, didn't he?
Yeah, they just said that.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but I know how this rolls.
In my dream, I saw him smiling and waking me up as always, telling me, "You'll be late if you don't get up now."
Your grandpa sounds weird.
And the next morning, when I realized that his smile was all just a dream,
I lost my shit and killed everyone. ...
Oh no, this won't do. Let's just think happy thoughts in the morning. Fuck ass. Premature. Anyways, it's definitely been a long time since I had a dream. Since you had it, that's not how REM sleep works, dear. There are sound effects.
Yes.
I drew the curtains as soon as I got as soon as I got out of bed.
Did you really, or were those curtains always open in this fucking background?
The window was slightly wet from the rain last night, but as a result, the sky was incredibly clear.
Wow. The weather's so good today. Grandpa, isn't today perfect to hang out with the laundry?
I hope she does.
Very fancy Grandpa. I stare at
Whoa,
the small
yeah.
framed picture on the desk. This house used to be the place where two people, my grandpa and I, used to live. How are you still there by yourself?
She explains.
He took care of me instead of my parents who went abroad for research. I listened to him more after I grew up because I'd lived with him since I was little.
Most pictures are of Grandpa and I.
Grandpa's smile was in all the pictures pinned at the board above the desk. Really? Because it seems like there's a whole lot of other pictures.
Well, you know, gotta put the stalker picture somewhere.
I can't even begin to describe the amount of shock I received when he passed away from a chronic illness. Days passed by with me constantly passing out from crying so hard.
Christ! That is dark.
Unable to bear seeing me like this, my parents suggested that I move to the States with them. But I shook my head.
That's all I did. All I did was shake my head.
I didn't want to be a burden to their research. I mean, it's not like I'm their child or anything.
And it's not like having to like fucking raise a child is a fucking burden to like it's a 9-to-5 job. Like they do leave they're not tied to their fucking benches, kid.
But more importantly, I couldn't leave this house.
This has turned into rose fucking red. Damn.
This house itself was full of memories I had with Grandpa. She's being stubborn. It's serious, honey. She's stubborn like her grandfather.
Kill her.
She won't budge.
Are you sure you'll be alright? Please don't be like that. You don't have to worry about our work. That voice went everywhere.
No, it's really fine.
Fuck ass.
All my friends are here. I want to graduate in Korea.
If you say so, alright. This is what dads sound like. Ready?
As they commonly say, no parent can persuade a child otherwise.
Really? They say that?
I've never heard that. Yeah.
I feel like
I saw them off, and their
lie.
disappointed smiles, and I became alone in this house.
I made my parents hate me, and then I got a whole house to myself. Nailed it.
This house is a bit too big to live in by myself. I slowly looked around the living room.
Grandpa, it's already been over a year. Time flies by really fast, doesn't it?
Around the house, there are still many traces of him, other than the pictures.
I'm living to the fullest just by myself, so don't worry.
When can I change the speed? When can I do that? Fuck.
I don't know.
Is that it?
I don't know. I forget how everything works.
At first, I wasn't used to being alone. So every night, I blankly stared inside the empty house. And every time, it just made me feel more and more lonely.
I've made a huge
I just
mistake.
sat in my house all by myself doing absolutely nothing.
I've made a huge mistake. I should have gone to the States with my parents instead of living alone in the house that makes me feel sad.
How old is she supposed to be?
College.
Okay. But now everything is alright.
I've killed enough people that I've made them into living dolls.
Because I have those kids. What?
Those kids that I kidnapped and I keep in the basement. Here we go. 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 Here's the part that's gonna get bad for you.
I see the desk muddled with diaries and pens.
One diary.
So many diaries!
All of your pens are in your bunny cup.
And on the shelf next to it were my most cherished treasures,
My creepy little ball joint dolls.
arranged strangely around a tiny couch. They are the joys of my life and my precious friends who gave me back my smile. This was less creepy when she was talking about animals. Oh, please. Don't look at me like that.
Which one's the scariest? Is it the white-haired one?
Him.
Him? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Hey everyone, had a good night's sleep?
orange, I guess, is kind of spooky. Is it his eyes? Is it his dead, cold, yellow eyes? Boring into your...
Stereotype eyes.
Oh, God.
Mom's right. I really am a carbon copy of my grandpa. I look exactly like an old man.
And just like him, I like to collect things that terrify other people. The best part of this is that I rewatched the XXXholic movie, where literally this dude is collecting collectors, and it's all about people being hyper obsessive about collecting one thing. And here she is, collecting shit. Obsessively.
He really loved books, and it was his hobby to collect antique books.
What the fuck am I saying? This is XXXholic, but instead of her being saved by Watanuki and co, she gets to get boned by a doll.
So the house always smelled of all kinds of books. And in my case, it was my hobby to make me hate myself. Proby Doll, it's the weirdest fucking doll company name, is the company that produced these dolls. I call it the company that gives dolls souls. And why would you call it that?
Because she hates you.
first day I got to know about Kirby Doll was through the internet, of course.
First of all,
I had this intense feeling.
why the fuck was Kirby Doll in brackets the first time, but now it's not in brackets? At first I thought it was like a logo stylistic thing. Now I'm like, are you guys just fucking don't know what the fuck you're doing with your typing?
After that day, I started collecting the allowance my parents sent me, instead of, saving it for food and shit.
Yeah, instead of eating, I would buy dolls!
And finally one day, as I desperately hoped for, I got my first doll. He died after I bought my first doll.
The doll killed Grandpa!
And that's when I devoted myself to collecting more dolls instead of throwing them out and leaving the country.
The doll killed Grandpa, and now you're collecting more so they can kill the rest of your family.
Collecting dolls became more important to my life because I was left alone in this huge empty house.
Dude, then get some people, rent out a room or something. Have friends.
I ended up getting 4 more dolls, and now I have 5 in total.
Hell, so you can count.
They were quite expensive to buy for the average student, so I had to cut back on other expenses, like my necessities.
That's why I haven't had electricity in 3 years.
Stop looking!
No, you have to go through every single one.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's my favorite.
I don't know if I can do this.
Hi, young master.
He's my favorite because he looks like... Well, he's a white-haired anime boy, and those are one of my favorites.
This doll! Standing here flaunting his long, shiny silver hair is Lance, the first doll I ever bought. Lance is the one doll that always stood by me when Grandpa was alive.
I like to think his whole name is Lance Armstrong.
I was thinking that fast.
Okay.
See a doll with blonde hair.
Oh.
Good morning. You are cute as usual.
His eyes are kind of getting into creepy blood
Yeah.
color territory.
The doll with its tiny, delicate face and bashful, gathered hands is...
Yonho?
Yonho?
I don't know.
Kirby Doll's prototype.
I'm not up to speed on how to pronounce Korean names, which is probably something I should work on.
I love how I am scared of dolls and decided to do stop motion animation.
Yeah! About that!
The day I met him, I was surfing the internet as usual after coming home. Same.
Okay.
But then I saw Yonho being sold in an auction for a ridiculous price. And without hesitating, I clicked the bidding button.
Okay.
Did you spend a fortune on him? Later, when I opened the delivered box containing Yonho, I unconsciously screamed out of...
How do you unconsciously scream out of happiness? How do you unconsciously
Fear.
scream? How do you unconsciously scream?
What kind of person was the owner selling such a pretty doll at such a cheap price?
I don't know, but I would buy it if it was cheap. Why not? Fuck it.
Yunho seems like he will never betray me, even if I love him unconditionally.
Wait,
What?
your logic of your sentence is flawed.
That...
He'll never betray me, even if I love him.
Even if I actually care about him.
Is that supposed to be worse than if you didn't?
And that's probably the biggest reason why I bought him. See a doll with red hair.
Hello, warrior. Earth is safe today. All because of you.
I just thought of the EXO song Warrior. Or is it not EXO? I don't remember.
I mend the hair of a red-haired doll.
You mend?
He creeps me out a lot.
Really?
Meeting red was special.
Is it his droopy eyes?
A little bit.
The droopy, spoopy eyes?
People were a bit surprised when Kirby Doll announced the action hero type doll, Red, in their new release conference. Krabby Doll has always been known for their charming and mature male dolls. Amongst all the worry, Krabby Doll recruited testers for Red, and luckily I was selected.
How do you fucking...
Test a doll?
Yeah. What do you do? Like, what?
When my name was announced, I couldn't believe my ears. But unfortunately, after the conference, Red was not officially released. They only chose one tester to give this doll for free. And that was me. For some reason.
Yeah. First of all, why do you test a doll? Second of all, why do you only give it to one tester? Second of all...
No, they gave it to a bunch of testers, but only she was allowed to keep him.
This seems very suspicious.
I know. It's still a shame that they didn't release the doll afterwards.
I think Kroby might be, like, turning people into dolls or something. Like, selling souls.
It would have been nice for him to have gained popularity and been officially released. But as a result, I was the only person in the world who owned Red.
Honestly, I would break into her house, kill her, and steal that doll to sell it.
I can't help but feel gloomy every time I look at him. See a doll with brown hair.
Look at the weather today. It makes me feel better just by looking. I feel like I'm looking at you.
Which one is this?
Orange.
Orange? Brunette? Bitch! That's not brunette!
I raised the brunette doll's hand and waved.
That's what? This is a little creepy, girl.
There is a lot of backstory behind how I was able to get Tay.
Here we go. This will be done in 30 years.
When Krabby Doll first released Tay, his popularity was beyond imagination. Being limited edition, along with having a dandy and handsome face, brought out an explosive response from the fans.
I want somebody to say that I have a dandy and handsome face.
As a result, I failed to purchase it. I could only get him used because he was limited edition, but I'm fine with it. So that's probably going to be his angst.
Yeah.
See a doll with black hair.
After this, let's try and find out which is the yandere.
I am sure that they're all yanderes. I see.
No, but the yandere to beat all of the king yandere, and then we'll try and find the other ones.
You can see the Photoshop brush in his hair.
I think you can kind of honestly see that with a lot of them.
Well, I mean, like, because the flow was low right there. You can see the little circles.
Yeah.
I see the tallest doll among the 5.
Tall is good.
That's why he's sitting. The tall, black-haired doll with a slender body.
Does that mean that
and a model-like feel is Yuri?
that Lance is the shortest because he's standing?
Unlike the existing dolls in Krabby Doll's adult line.
Adult line?
Adult.
XXX rated. Adult dolls.
He seems realistic and looks like a mature adult male.
Okay.
The number of visitors still explodes when I post pictures of you on the blog.
Oh god.
It was Yuri who saved my blog from wasting away to rot.
Where it should have been.
He's got some amnesia eyes too. I receive a lot of comments when I upload pictures of him.
I wanna fuck your doll!
Whatever, I think like that too.
I'm so good at this.
His broad shoulders and beautiful figure oozes sexiness.
I wanna fuck your doll!
It's as if he's telling us with his body, I am cool.
What the fuck, your doll?
I doubt more explanation is needed.
I want to fuck your doll!
If I hold you in my arms, 놀라지 마 눈앞에 펼쳐진